Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's game will feature a team that loves getting it done through the air. The Rams are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Seahawks, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Oh, he shifts past him. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 8. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 29. A gain of a yard gets him back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. well short, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Let's go!
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
And the big tight end shifting around. And now here's a carry heading left. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Well, now they'll try the end around. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 41-yard line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the D-line's going to spread out. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Play clock winding down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On now is the punter, Jeff Locke. In fact, he punted nearby in college for UCLA. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, over.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know back in the good old days, just about every team was constructed to power run to the right side. We just saw a pitch to the right side that worked pretty well.
It's easier going to the right than the left?
It just used to be very simply that the right side was always the power side. I think that's just one of those old things. I'm not sure it's still the same, but on that play, it certainly felt like we were back to the future.
Yeah, and it worked. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. 23 yards on the play. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carpenter. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the deep.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Rams have got it back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep, and on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Big bold, nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. They'll set up the throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know, when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking. And that
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. A gain of 11 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Roth. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Over, Detroit! 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 Watch it now, Marty! Marty!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to the rookie from North Carolina, Ryan Switzer. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And now a first down following that long gain.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Set! Detroit!
And to give this time to the tailback. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard at the 18-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Boom, landed. Watch it now, Marty.
Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Check. Patriot. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. We can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, Stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
On defense. Get to the quarterback that quickly. A lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. But they convert on third with a gain of 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun. Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fancy footwork in midfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
He'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So the pigskin will move from the 2 down to the 1.
And I have not met an offensive line yet that doesn't think they can get it in from the 1-yard line on a running play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that one will be accepted. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third down, Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Six yards to go here on second down.
Here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Rams on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Flex round.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Shift together here from the D-line. Back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30s. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. He'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on third down. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for L.A., the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.